Have you ever wondered why some people age with strength and joy, while others seem to lose their spark, even without serious illness? The truth is, it's not always disease that steals vitality in our later years. It's often simple, avoidable mistakes we don't even notice. If you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, this video is your guide to sidestepping those hidden traps. We'll reveal 5 common habits that 97% of older adults fall into, backed by psychology and real-life stories, that quietly erode your health, relationships, and peace of mind. You need to watch until the end because, by the final moment, you'll not only spot these dangers but also learn practical steps to reclaim your freedom and live with purpose, no matter your age. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Mistake 1. Giving up control too early. One of the most significant and often overlooked mistakes older adults make is relinquishing control of their lives prematurely. Whether it's their finances, their living arrangements, or even their day-to-day decisions. Well-meaning intentions frequently drive this choice. Many older adults think, "I don't want to burden my children," or "it's easier to let someone else handle the complicated stuff." On the surface, this seems like a practical or even selfless act, a way to simplify life and reduce stress. However, this quiet surrender can set the stage for a far more insidious problem. Learned helplessness, a psychological state where individuals begin to believe they're incapable of managing their own lives. When you stop managing your bank accounts, choosing your meals, or advocating for your preferences, you're not just handing over tasks. You're gradually eroding your independence and sense of self. The brain thrives on engagement, problem-solving, and decision-making. When these activities are outsourced, cognitive function can decline, confidence wanes, and over time, you may find yourself becoming a passive observer in your own life. Psychologists refer to this as the dependency trap, a cycle where older adults assume they can't handle certain responsibilities simply because they haven't practiced them recently. This isn't about physical or mental incapacity. It's about the gradual loss of agency that comes from stepping back too soon. Consider the story of Harold, a 76-year-old retiree. After losing his wife of 50 years, Harold's adult children stepped in to help, taking over his bill payments, grocery shopping, and even his medication schedule. Initially, Harold felt relieved, grateful to have one less thing to worry about during a difficult time. But within a year, he noticed subtle changes. He struggled to remember how to balance his checkbook, a task he'd done effortlessly for decades. He stopped going out because his children were handling everything, and his world began to shrink. One day, he confided, "I don't feel like a person anymore. I feel like luggage, just being carried from one place to the next." Harold's story illustrates how surrendering control, even with the best intentions, can erode not just independence but dignity and identity. The good news? This trend is reversible, and reclaiming control doesn't require monumental effort. Start small. If someone else is managing your finances, ask to review your bank statements or pay one bill yourself each month. If meals are being prepared for you, try cooking a simple dish once a week or choosing a recipe for someone else to make. These small steps rekindle your sense of agency and keep your brain active. The goal isn't to reject help entirely. Support from loved ones or professionals can be invaluable, but to stay actively involved in your own life. By maintaining a role in decision-making, you preserve your cognitive sharpness, boost your confidence, and protect your identity. To begin, identify one area where you've stepped back and commit to re-engaging. For example, if you've stopped driving, consider taking short trips to familiar places to rebuild confidence behind the wheel. If you've handed over your medical decisions, attend your next doctor's appointment prepared with questions or research about your treatment options. These actions don't just maintain independence, they reinforce your sense of purpose and self-worth. The moment you relinquish control is the moment your life begins to contract. Don't wait until you've lost your voice to realize how vital it is to keep speaking up. Mistake 2. Isolating yourself from others. Another common misstep among older adults is retreating into social isolation, often under the guise of seeking peace or simplicity. It's tempting to think that spending more time alone equates to rest or freedom from obligations, especially after a lifetime of work, family responsibilities, or social commitments. However, for most people, this withdrawal quietly snowballs into a serious threat to both mental and physical health. Loneliness isn't just an emotional state. It has tangible, measurable effects on the body and mind, from shrinking brain volume to weakening the immune system and increasing the risk of chronic conditions like heart disease, depression, and dementia. This mistake is particularly prevalent among those who live alone, have lost a spouse, or feel they've outlived their closest friends. Many older adults convince themselves, "I don't want to bother anyone," or "it's easier to stay home than to make the effort." While these choices may feel practical in the moment, they often come at a steep cost. Social connection is not a luxury. It's a biological and psychological necessity. Consider Grace, a 72-year-old widow who, after her husband's passing, stopped attending her weekly card games and church socials. She told herself she was sparing others the trouble of her company, but over time, she noticed she was forgetting names, losing interest in hobbies, and feeling persistently low. When she finally visited her doctor, he explained that social interaction was as critical to her health as any medication. Studies back this up. Regular social engagement boosts the release of dopamine and oxytocin, neurochemicals that elevate mood, reduce stress, and even improve cognitive function. The science is clear. Humans are hardwired for connection. Social interactions, even brief ones, stimulate the brain, improve memory, and lower the risk of anxiety and depression. Without them, the brain becomes less resilient, and emotional vitality fades. Grace's story highlights how easy it is to slip into isolation without realizing the consequences. But breaking this cycle doesn't require a complete overhaul of your lifestyle. Small, intentional steps can make a profound difference. For example, schedule a weekly phone call with a friend or family member, write a letter to reconnect with someone from your past, or join a local group. Whether it's a book club, a gardening society, or a volunteer organization. Even a short conversation with a neighbor or a cashier can reinforce your sense of belonging. To stay connected, think about what brings you joy or what you're curious about. If you love animals, consider volunteering at a local shelter. If you enjoy learning, sign up for a class at a community center or online. Technology can also bridge gaps. Video calls or social media platforms like X can help you stay in touch with loved ones or find communities with shared interests. The key is to remain visible and engaged, even in small ways, because isolation is one of the stealthiest threats to your spirit and well-being. If Grace could turn things around by returning to her card games and finding joy in those connections, so can you. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Mistake 3. Neglecting physical movement. One of the most detrimental mistakes older adults make is abandoning regular physical activity, often due to misconceptions about aging or physical limitations. Many believe that aches, pains, or fatigue signal a need to slow down and rest more, but in reality, movement is one of the most powerful tools for maintaining health, independence, and vitality. The idea isn't to train for a marathon or lift heavy weights. It's about incorporating consistent, manageable movement into your daily routine. When physical activity stops, the consequences are far-reaching. Muscles weaken, bones become more fragile, balance deteriorates, and the risk of falls and injuries skyrockets. The benefits of movement extend far beyond physical health. Regular activity improves blood circulation, strengthens the heart, lubricates joints, and releases endorphins, natural chemicals that enhance mood and sharpen mental clarity. Conversely, a sedentary lifestyle accelerates the natural decline of aging, making everyday tasks like climbing stairs or carrying groceries more challenging. Take Walter, a 79-year-old retiree, as an example. After retirement, he stopped his morning walks and gardening, assuming his body was simply too tired to keep up. Within a year, he noticed his legs felt unsteady, and he stumbled frequently. His confidence took a hit, and he began avoiding activities he once loved. When Walter's doctor encouraged him to start walking again, just 10 minutes a day, he was amazed at how quickly his strength and energy returned. By the end of a month, he felt more alive and capable than he had in years. Movement doesn't have to be strenuous or formal to be effective. Simple activities like stretching, tai chi, light weightlifting, or even dancing in your living room can yield significant benefits. For example, stretching improves flexibility and reduces joint stiffness, while tai chi enhances balance and reduces fall risk. Even household chores like vacuuming or gardening count as movement. The key is consistency. Aim for at least 15 to 30 minutes of activity most days of the week, tailored to your abilities and interests. If mobility is a concern, chair exercises or water aerobics can be excellent low-impact options. Research shows that regular physical activity can slow age-related muscle loss, improve cognitive function, and even reduce the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes and hypertension. To get started, choose an activity you enjoy and make it a habit. If you love music, try dancing to a favorite song each morning. If you prefer the outdoors, take a short walk around your neighborhood or a local park. Invite a friend to join you for accountability and social connection. Track your progress to stay motivated. Perhaps note how far you walk or how many steps you take using a pedometer or smartphone app. By keeping your body active, you're not just preserving physical strength, you're safeguarding your independence and quality of life. Like a car left idle in a garage, a body without movement may still function, but it won't run smoothly or last as long. Commit to moving regularly, and you'll be investing in a stronger, freer, and more vibrant future. Mistake 4. Avoiding technology completely. In an era where technology permeates nearly every aspect of daily life, many older adults consciously or unconsciously choose to steer clear of it, viewing it as a labyrinth of complexity, an unnecessary burden, or even a source of intimidation. This reluctance often stems from deep-seated concerns. Fear of making mistakes, discomfort with unfamiliar devices, or a belief that technology is a domain reserved for younger, tech-savvy generations. However, in today's interconnected world, completely avoiding technology is not just a missed opportunity. It's a decision that can sever access to critical resources, hinder personal independence, and exacerbate feelings of isolation. Far from being a mere convenience, technology serves as a vital lifeline, enabling older adults to stay engaged, informed, and empowered in ways that directly enhance their quality of life. The benefits of embracing technology for seniors are both practical and profound. Telemedicine, for example, has revolutionized healthcare access, allowing individuals to consult doctors via video calls from the comfort of their homes. This eliminates the physical and emotional strain of traveling to appointments, particularly for those with mobility challenges or chronic conditions. Similarly, communication tools like video conferencing platforms enable face-to-face connections with family and friends, no matter the distance, fostering emotional bonds that are critical for mental health. Online banking simplifies financial management, while e-commerce platforms make shopping for groceries, clothing, or household goods accessible with a few clicks. Health-related technologies, such as apps that track medication schedules, monitor heart rates, or remind users of upcoming appointments, empower seniors to take charge of their well-being with unprecedented ease. Consider the story of Linda, a 70-year-old retiree I had the privilege of meeting. Linda was vehemently opposed to adopting technology, insisting that smartphones and computers were too complicated for her. Living alone after her husband's passing, she struggled with loneliness and felt increasingly disconnected from her family and social circle. Her granddaughter, recognizing the toll this isolation was taking, took the time to introduce Linda to a smartphone, starting with simple tasks like sending text messages and making video calls. With patient guidance, Linda learned to navigate a few user-friendly apps. Within weeks, her world expanded dramatically. She began texting friends daily, sharing photos with her grandchildren, and even setting up medication reminders on her phone. The transformation was remarkable. Linda's sense of loneliness diminished, and she felt more in control of her life. Her experience underscores a critical point. Avoiding technology isn't just about foregoing convenience. It can lead to social isolation, diminished autonomy, and even compromised health. Beyond practical applications, engaging with technology offers significant cognitive benefits. Neuroscientific research consistently shows that learning new skills at any age stimulates the brain, promoting neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural connections. Mastering a smartphone, exploring a new app, or even troubleshooting a minor tech issue challenges the mind in ways that enhance memory, problem-solving, and mental agility. These activities act as a form of mental exercise, helping to ward off cognitive decline and maintain sharpness. Moreover, technology opens doors to intellectual and social growth. Online platforms allow seniors to join virtual book clubs, take free courses on subjects like history or art, or connect with communities that share their hobbies, from gardening to genealogy. These opportunities not only enrich the mind but also combat the social isolation that many older adults face. The prospect of adopting technology can feel daunting, But the journey doesn't require becoming a tech wizard overnight. The key is to start small and build confidence gradually. Begin with a single task, like sending a text message, making a video call, or downloading a health app. Many resources are available to support this learning curve. Community centers and libraries often offer free or low-cost tech workshops tailored for seniors, while online tutorials provide step-by-step guidance. Younger family members or friends are often eager to help, turning the learning process into a bonding experience. For example, a grandchild teaching their grandparent to use a tablet can strengthen intergenerational ties while demystifying technology. The goal isn't to master every gadget or app, but to find tools that align with your needs and interests, making life easier and more connected. Embracing technology is about more than keeping up with the times. It's about staying actively engaged in a world that increasingly relies on digital tools. Those who resist technology may feel they're protecting themselves from frustration or failure, but in the long run, this choice limits their freedom, health, and social connections. By taking small steps toward tech adoption, older adults can unlock a world of possibilities, from staying in touch with loved ones to managing their health with greater independence. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Mistake 5. Not setting boundaries with adult children. Another common misstep among older adults is the reluctance to set boundaries with their adult children. Many seniors feel an unwavering obligation to always be available, whether it's providing financial support, babysitting grandchildren, or accommodating endless requests, driven by love and a sense of duty. While this generosity is admirable, failing to establish clear limits can lead to emotional exhaustion, financial strain, and even resentment on both sides. Without boundaries, older adults risk sacrificing their well-being, becoming caretakers rather than living their lives fully and authentically. The story of James, a 75-year-old retired engineer, illustrates this challenge vividly. James prided himself on being a devoted father, never refusing his adult children's requests, even when it meant dipping into his savings or taking on physically taxing tasks like home repairs or childcare. Over time, this pattern left him drained, both emotionally and financially. Worse, he began to feel distant from his family, sensing that his efforts were taken for granted. James didn't realize that by never saying no, he was undermining the very relationships he sought to nurture. His story highlights a crucial truth. Boundaries aren't about selfishness. They're about self-respect and fostering healthier, more balanced relationships. Setting boundaries allows older adults to protect their energy, finances, and mental health. Psychologists emphasize that this skill is essential for maintaining autonomy and dignity in later life. Without boundaries, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, undervalued, or even exploited, even by those you love most. For example, constantly lending money you can't afford or agreeing to demands that disrupt your routine can erode your sense of self and create tension. Boundaries create a framework where both parties understand and respect each other's needs, fostering mutual appreciation rather than resentment. Learning to say no doesn't mean shutting out your children or withholding love. It can be as simple as gently declining a request that feels unsustainable or redirecting the conversation to find a compromise. For instance, instead of agreeing to babysit every weekend, you might offer one day a week or suggest alternative solutions. Communicating your limits clearly and kindly, "I'd love to help, but I need to prioritize my health right now," sets the tone for respectful dialogue. Over time, these boundaries strengthen relationships by encouraging honesty and mutual understanding. For many seniors, setting boundaries also means reclaiming their own lives. After years of prioritizing family, it's empowering to carve out time for personal passions, hobbies, or rest. This might involve scheduling time for yourself, seeking financial advice to protect your savings, or simply asserting your right to say no without guilt. By doing so, you model healthy behavior for your children and grandchildren, showing them the importance of balance and self-care. Ultimately, boundaries allow you to give love generously without losing yourself in the process. They safeguard your well-being, ensuring you can continue to be a source of support and joy for your family. If you're resonating with this message, please share your thoughts below, and consider subscribing to stay connected with more insights like these. Your engagement helps us continue delivering content that informs and uplifts. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned today about the 5 common mistakes that can quietly steal your joy and freedom in your later years. From giving up control too early to neglecting movement or connection, these are traps you now have the power to avoid. What's one key insight that stood out to you? Maybe it's the importance of setting boundaries, staying active, or embracing technology to stay connected. We'd love to hear from you. Please share in the comments below one thing you've learned and plan to put into practice in your life. Your thoughts inspire others and help build a community where growing older means growing stronger. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content to inform and empower you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.